Nestled in the heart of Ravenwood, a small town steeped in history, the Ravenwood Library stood as a towering edifice of knowledge. However, within its hallowed halls, the air bore a chilling weight, and the ancient tomes seemed to whisper secrets that transcended the written word. As night descended, the library transformed into a realm where the line between the living and the supernatural blurred. Eliza Thompson, the librarian, held the keys to the spectral secrets within the Ravenwood Library. As the clock struck midnight, she often heard spectral whispers that echoed through the dusty shelves. The apparitions of long-forgotten readers flickered in the peripheral vision, their eyes glazed with an insatiable thirst for knowledge that transcended the boundaries of the living. Ravenwood, known for its dark past, had stories etched into the very foundations of the library. Eldritch tales of forbidden tomes and occult rituals cast an ominous shadow over the once stately institution. The librarians who had come before Eliza whispered warnings of malevolent forces that stirred in the stacks, eager to ensnare unsuspecting souls in their spectral grasp. Eliza, driven by an insatiable curiosity, delved into the archives in pursuit of the library's spectral secrets. Ancient manuscripts and forbidden grimoires revealed the town's occult underbelly, and the librarian uncovered a pattern of mysterious disappearances that had plagued Ravenwood for centuries. The library, it seemed, held the key to a supernatural puzzle that unfolded with each turn of a page. One fateful night, Eliza found herself immersed in a ritual of midnight research. As she translated cryptic passages from an ancient tome, the library's atmosphere thickened with an otherworldly energy. Shadows danced in response to the arcane incantations, and Eliza felt an unseen presence, a spectral force that had stirred from its centuries-old slumber. Guided by a spectral intuition, Eliza discovered a hidden door behind a forgotten shelf. The door led to the forbidden section, an occult archive sealed off for centuries. As she ventured deeper, the air became charged with an ominous energy, and the whispers of eldritch entities resonated through the subterranean archives. Within the forbidden section, Eliza uncovered a malevolent manuscript, the Liber Umbra, a book rumored to hold the key to summoning otherworldly entities. As she deciphered its pages, the library's atmosphere twisted into a grotesque tableau. Shadows coalesced into ethereal forms, and the librarians of the past manifested, their eyes ablaze with an insatiable thirst for knowledge. The librarians, ensnared by the malevolent forces, orchestrated a spectral symphony that reverberated through the Ravenwood Library. Eliza, caught in the ethereal currents, witnessed the apparitions conducting an otherworldly dance. The forbidden knowledge they sought transcended the boundaries of the living, and the library's archives became a stage for a supernatural performance that unfolded with each haunting note. Realizing the malevolent intent behind the Liber Umbra, Eliza sought to unravel the spectral forces that held the librarians captive. The pages of the malevolent manuscript revealed a sinister summoning ritual that threatened to unleash an ancient entity. With time ticking away, Eliza raced against the spectral currents to thwart the otherworldly summoning that loomed over Ravenwood. Armed with a newfound knowledge of the summoning ritual, Eliza chanted desperate incantations to counteract the malevolent forces. The spectral librarians, caught in an ethereal struggle, wavered between the desire for forbidden knowledge and the redemption that lay beyond the veil. The library, bathed in an otherworldly glow, became a battleground where the living and the spectral clashed in a supernatural struggle for dominion. As Eliza's incantations reached their zenith, a blinding light engulfed the Ravenwood Library. The spectral librarians, torn between the allure of forbidden knowledge and the promise of redemption, faced an ethereal convergence. The ancient entity, poised to breach the veil between worlds, recoiled in the face of the librarians' desperate incantations. With the malevolent forces subdued, the Ravenwood Library fell silent. The whispers of spectral tomes, once an eerie symphony, became a haunting resonance that echoed through the stacks. Eliza, though wary from her supernatural ordeal, felt a profound connection to the librarians of the past, an unspoken bond that transcended the boundaries of the living. As the supernatural tumult subsided, Ravenwood Library bore the scars of the ethereal conflict. Lingering shadows clung to the shelves, and the air held a residual tension, a testament to the spectral struggles that had unfolded within its confines. Eliza, now attuned to the spectral nuances, felt the library's heartbeat, the pulse of knowledge that resonated between the pages of each ancient tome. In the days that followed, Eliza delved into the cryptic revelations that lingered within the veiled archives. Forgotten manuscripts, once obscured by malevolent forces, now offered insights into the delicate balance between the living and the supernatural. The library, though scarred, had become a repository of arcane wisdom, an enclave where the echoes of spectral struggles whispered through the ages. Eliza, now bound to the spectral currents that flowed through the library, found herself ensnared in an ethereal connection. The ancient tomes seemed to respond to her presence, revealing secrets that transcended the known realms. As she navigated the stacks, the whispers of spectral librarians guided her toward forgotten volumes that held the key to understanding the delicate equilibrium between the mundane and the supernatural. The spectral librarians, liberated from the malevolent forces, coalesced into a spectral council that convened in the hidden recesses of the library. Eliza, now an unwitting liaison between the living and the spectral, participated in ethereal discussions that transcended the boundaries of mortal comprehension. The council, bound by the library's arcane energy, sought to safeguard the ancient knowledge that pulsed through its walls. Within the veiled archives, Eliza uncovered a cursed tome, a volume that held the remnants of the malevolent entity's influence. The spectral council, sensing the looming threat, urged Eliza to undertake a perilous journey into the spectral realm to banish the lingering shadows that clung to the library's foundations. Guided by the spectral librarians, Eliza embarked on an astral odyssey into the ethereal plane. The library's familiar surroundings transformed into a surreal landscape where shadows danced with a life of their own. As she traversed the spectral currents, Eliza encountered echoes of the malevolent entity, an ethereal manifestation that sought to resist its banishment. In the heart of the spectral realm, Eliza confronted the remnants of the malevolent entity. Armed with the knowledge gleaned from the cursed tome, she chanted incantations that resonated through the ethereal plane. Shadows recoiled, and the malevolent remnants writhed in a spectral agony. The library's foundations quivered as the ethereal purge unfolded, a cleansing that sought to sever the lingering connection between the living and the supernatural. As Eliza's incantations reached their crescendo, a blinding light engulfed the astral realm. The malevolent remnants, unable to withstand the ethereal purge, dissipated into the cosmic tapestry. The library's spectral foundation, cleansed of the lingering shadows, resonated with a newfound harmony. The spectral librarians, their ethereal forms shimmering with an otherworldly light, nodded in silent approval. Eliza returned from the astral odyssey, the spectral currents guiding her back to the physical realm. The library, once scared by the malevolent entity's influence, stood as a testament to the resilience of the living and the spectral. The living veil between the mundane and the supernatural had been restored, and the Ravenwood Library, though forever marked by its ethereal struggles, embraced a newfound equilibrium. With the spectral purge complete, Ravenwood Library underwent an enigmatic enchantment. The ethereal currents that coursed through its veins became a symphony of whispers, a harmonic convergence between the living and the spectral. The library's architecture seemed to breathe with an otherworldly essence, and those who entered its hallowed halls felt a subtle resonance that transcended the boundaries of mortal understanding. Eliza, now attuned to the library's heightened ethereal state, discovered cryptic chronicles that unfolded beyond the written word. The tomes themselves pulsed with an arcane energy, offering glimpses into the town's enigmatic history. Each page held spectral imprints that conveyed the tales of those who had walked the fine line between the mundane and the supernatural. Word of the library's ethereal transformation spread through Ravenwood. Curious readers, drawn by the allure of the unknown, flocked to the once haunted institution. The spectral librarians, now ethereal guardians, welcomed the living with a silent reverence. As patrons perused the veiled archives, they, too, became resonant conduits, participants in the silent dialogue that unfolded between the living and the spectral. The library's newfound ethereal allure extended beyond Ravenwood's borders. Scholars, mystics, and seekers of the supernatural journeyed from distant lands to experience the arcane resonance that emanated from its core. The ethereal currents, once a source of spectral unrest, became a beacon that drew those who sought to unravel the mysteries that lay beyond the veil. As Ravenwood Library embraced its role as a living tapestry of the supernatural, Eliza and the spectral librarians became stewards of the delicate balance. Together, they wove the threads of knowledge, both mundane and arcane, into a narrative that transcended the boundaries of time. The library, now a nexus of spectral wisdom, stood as a testament to the enduring interplay between the living and the ethereal. Yet within the ethereal equilibrium, subtle challenges emerged. The spectral forces, though subdued, retained an ephemeral quality that defied complete understanding. Eliza, guided by the spectral council, grappled with the delicate dance between the living and the supernatural, knowing that maintaining the balance required eternal vigilance. The library's story, an ongoing odyssey between the realms, continued to unfold. Eliza, a guardian of the spectral secrets, walked the fine line between the mundane and the arcane. The spectral librarians, their ethereal forms resonating with the echoes of ages past, ensured that the library's enigmatic enchantment endured as a beacon in the ever-shifting currents of the supernatural. In the quiet moments between dusk and dawn, when the town slumbered and the spectral currents whispered in hushed tones, Eliza listened to the veil's whispers. The ethereal symphony that permeated the library became a lullaby that transcended the realms, a reminder that the living and the spectral, bound by an unspoken accord, shared a silent reverie. As the pages of Ravenwood Library's story turned, the boundless beyond beckoned. The library, now a living testament to the enigmatic dance between the mundane and the supernatural, stood as a gateway to the spectral realms. The living and the ethereal, forever intertwined, embraced the boundless beyond, an eternal journey where the echoes of the unknown resonated through the corridors of Ravenwood and beyond.